Let's look at our problem of the day. A local newspaper surveyed fourth graders living in Bushwick about the time they spent outside over the weekend. First of all, what information do we learn from this line plot? Say it out loud. This line plot tells us how much time kids in Bushwick spend out time over the weekend. That is the title of our line plot, time spent outside over the weekend. On a line plot, what does each X represent? Do you remember from second grade? Say it out loud. That's right. Each X shows the frequency of data. And remember, frequency is how often something happens. The key at the bottom of our line plot also tells us what each X represents. What does each number along the number line tell us? In this case, each number along the number line tells us how many hours students spent outside over the weekend. So the hours are our units. You had to fill in some missing values on your number line. You may have filled in 1 1/2, 2 1/2, and 3 1/2. Why did we put 1 1/2 in between the 1 and the 2? Say it out loud. Between the 1 and the 2 on your number line, it's partitioned into two equal parts. You might remember from working with rulers that halfway between stands for 1 1/2. The same way it works for 2 1/2 and 3 1/2. The number line on a line plot shows us all the possible values in a range. On this line plot, our range is from 1 to 4 because those are the lowest and the highest possible values on our number line. When we're looking at frequency, we're talking about how often something happens. Would you agree or disagree that the most frequent measurement is 4 hours? Say it out loud. That's right, you might disagree because only one student spent 4 hours outside, so this did not happen the most. You can see why it might be confusing. Although this is the highest value in our range, it is not the value or the amount of hours that the most scholars spent outside. How can we find the most frequent time spent outside then? Say it out loud. That's right, we can look at the number of X's and count them. So which value had the most number of X's? Say it out loud. That's right, 2 hours. And how many kids spent 2 hours outside? Count your X's. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is the least frequent amount of time spent outside? Say it out loud. That's 4 hours. And how do you know? Exactly, because only one student surveyed spent 4 hours outside. How could we figure out how many students were surveyed altogether? Say it to your screen. That's right, we could count all the X's. Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That means there are 24 students that were surveyed. Great job. Some things we might remember. A line plot organizes measurement data on a number line. And the number line shows us all possible values in the range. In this case, it was from 1 to 4 hours.